All right, y'all, so today is the day where we use Jill with full overload gear, and in today's video we are on Rebuke's account. I do own Jill and I do have Ada Wong, but I don't want to build them with overload gear and 10 or anything like that, just because in 3 weeks, in 3 weeks we have the announcement of the anniversary character, and in maybe less than 4 weeks we get the anniversary character. It just doesn't make sense for me to prioritize these characters when I know the anniversary character is touching all my teams and not these two characters, right? But we are on Rebuke's account and he has overload gear with great rolls, right? Elemental damage, hit rate, attack percent, very good. Elemental damage, attack percent, very good. Attack percent, elemental damage, very good. And then elemental damage and attack percent, very good. And obviously she is 10. Now we are going to try a few comps with this character and overload gear, just because obviously I think this character is the third strongest, probably. Technically, she could be the second strongest electric DPS in the game. She easily could be that with Trina. The thing is, with Trina, it's kind of like it's so hard for me to explain it, because with Trina, technically this character is losing damage, but because of Trina's buff, she's not. It's a weird thing, right? Because if we take a look at her first skill, right? For only 9 rounds at the start of the battle or anytime she reloads, she has normal attack damage multiplier increased by 30%. Right, but Trina increases ammo capacity when you use her burst skill, but in return Trina gives like a 90 or 70% attack damage buff. That's crazy, you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of hard for me to say like what is what, because it's like, okay, now I have this for 9 bullets, but then after the 9 bullets I have 70% attack damage buff or whatever. That's crazy. So it's kind of like a compensation, but at the same time it is hurting the character, but not too drastically. Like her and Trina is a really good combo. But let's go ahead and try this out, try some teams, and let's get it cooking. So for the first team, this is what I'm going in with. Obviously Cinderella, Rouge, Jill, Trina, and Ada Wong. Ada Wong is technically Jill's best friend, and Trina is technically Jill's best friend as well. Trina's specifically meant, like her kit is clearly meant for Scarlet's kit, but because at the time we had no other electric AR, nobody else got anything from that. But Trina works wonders with Jill, right? If you take a look at that skill 2 right there, for example, even at level 5, the attack damage she's giving to Trina is 72%. It's a good like compensation for the ammo capacity increased by like 14 on her burst skill for this. Like it's a good trade-off in my opinion, right? But we're gonna see full overload gear. Ada Wong, who is technically supporting Cinderella as well, just not as much as she's supporting obviously Miss, what's her name, Jill, because Jill gets true damage on her burst skill. But we're gonna take a look and see what this is looking like. I do want to make sure that I'm not seeing anything I don't need to see, such as like a Rouge's burst skill. Okay, good. So okay, oh my god, Jill with overload gear is pushing. Wait, Jill with overload gear is pushing. She's at 200 million no burst skill. No shot Jill hits harder than Cinderella with overload gear. No possible way right now. There's no way I'm about to see that. She did not use her burst skill and she's at 200 million. And Cinderella used her burst skill at 500 million. No. I'm scared. No way Jill hits harder than Cinderella right here. Wait, 280 million? 228 million? 605 million. Let's see. Jill Valentine, cook. Oh my god. I don't know. No shot. She's just going crazy. Bro, Cinderella is still 121 million higher than her. But like, what do I say? I mean, I need to compare the stats because it says Cinderella is 386,000 power and Jill is just 308,000 power. I'm concerned right now. Why is Jill hitting so hard? It's just so sad because she's horrible against mobs. And I know that. We're going to show you guys in this video. I know for a fact she's not good against mobs. just general mobs, right? Because like, what is she gonna do to them? I mean, technically, like, it's normal attack, but still, 851 million to what? 851 million. Technically, these ammos are like, it's, I don't know. Okay, now she's like 300. Okay, so Cinderella is still obviously the hardest hitting character, but Jill is really pushing. I'm not gonna lie. And remember, Jill has that sustained damage just proc the whole time, and that, I believe that sustained damage that she has is off final attack. Yeah, so every time Trina uses her burst, like, Trina with Jill is crazy. It's a crazy combination because Trina's always using her burst skill, and then that means Jill is always getting that crazy buff, right? Whether you use her burst skill or not, Jill is doing too much damage for free. Not to mention, obviously, with Miss Ada Wong, it is crazy. Now, I do want to see if I put someone like Summer and Niece on this team, who's buffing both of them every burst rotation. What are we going to see? What are we going to see? I'm scared. I'm scared. Now, technically, yes, this is like, Trina is technically only helping out Jill, but Rouge is mainly helping out Cinderella. That's like how I see it. Rouge is like, Cinderella's best support is Rouge. Trina's best, or I guess technically Ada's best support is Trina and Ada Wong. But like, Summer needs to go on that team. I want to try that as well. But this is just an insane combination. It really is. Not to mention, Trina is actually buffing up Cinderella as well when Cinderella uses her burst skill, technically, through her burst skill, right? Technically. So there is that as well. But this is crazy. I wonder if only they had like, if Trina had, if this Trina was 10-10-10, that'd be crazy. If this Trina was 10-10-10, I think it'd be wrapped, because 72% at level 5, that's very high. What is it at level 10? Trina gives a 94 attack damage buff at level 10. 94.
I am most pleased with it.
That's insane. Like, she's not close to Cinderella at all. Like, Cinderella, again, 1.6 billion more than Cinderella is crazy, right? Cinderella just proves that nobody's gonna compete with her for a long time when it comes to damage, unless the anniversary character does that this year. But 3 billion is good damage. That's insane, y'all. I want to try with Summer and Niece, right? I want to try this exact same team with Summer and Niece, because remember, Ada Wong buffs up whoever uses their burst skill, where Summer and Niece, right? The thing about Summer and Niece is that she gives an attack buff to all electric code allies and a reload speed buff to all electric code allies every time you enter a full burst. So now, this is more of like a fair showing where both of them are getting the buffs. But at the same thing, I guess like, it's going to just be the same results, right? Now, if you don't have Trina, obviously another good combo or burst 2 option is going to be Crown, right? You could always use Crown. I do want to try Jill out with obviously the Absolute Trio as well. And I only say that because if you don't know, the Absolute Trio is very, very powerful when it comes to true damage characters, right? So essentially, I want to try Absolute Trio with Bestie and with Ada Wong, or yeah, with Ada Wong, and then also Jill Valentine. And then I want to see what that's looking like. So we're using Jill's burst skill right now, right? And then we don't even have to worry about reload. Oh, okay. It's just one burst rotation. It's just one burst rotation. Yo, this is crazy. The fact that Jill hits that hard is crazy to me, right? Because my whole thing is, if I'm talking about a Jill that's compared to Cinderella, build wise, like, I don't know, right? This Cinderella is 80,000 more power, like, it's way stronger than Jill. Not to mention, obviously, I think the reason why Cinderella hits so hard, the obvious reason of why Cinderella hits so hard, it's because she's a character who relies off HP, bro. I'm not being funny. Her attack skills off her HP. That's crazy. Not to mention, I think Trina, I don't remember. When attacking with a full charge, she recovers. So that's what allies with rifles. Max ammo capacity. So when Trina uses her burst skill, she's increasing max ammo capacity. That alone, and the attack damage buff. That alone is a buff towards Cinderella. What's Cinderella's HP right now? God damn, 50 mil? Mind you, Cinderella is getting a... what is it? Bro, how much attack is Cinderella getting? I'm adding this up. Hold on. So she gets 50. She has 50 million right now. 15, 6, 5, 6, 5, 7, 8 times I guess 2.01 divided by 100%. Cinderella is getting 424,000. This is this is how much attack Cinderella is getting. Hold on. That's how much attack Cinderella is getting from her. That's crazy. What the hell? That's crazy. Cinderella really is like the best DPS in the game. Honestly, she's insane. Mind you, she still gets she scales off the HP, but all the attack buffs she gets still work for her, right? Like her normal attacks don't scale off her. Only her attack buff scales off of HP, right? But all her actual damage is off of attack. That's the craziest thing ever. I think the best DPS in this game always will be a character who scales off of HP. 110%. The best will always be someone like Cinderella, right? For whoever the 3rd anniversary character is, whichever one of the two is the DPS, if they are both going to be DPS or one of them are DPS, they have to minimum be scaling off HP. Because that's insane. Nobody's ever going to surpass Cinderella at this point, right? She's just too strong. What's Jill at? Like, look, she's too strong. Just too strong. And don't let her fully stack up. That's the thing, right? When she's fully stacked up, then she's won. That's why when we use the first burst rotation, like, it looks like Jill is like, oh my god, only 50 million under. But then when we get to the end of the burst rotation, it goes from being like only a 50 million gap to a 1.6 billion gap, right? Because it's just like she's fully stacked up now. But I'm not gonna lie, I'm talking too much about Cinderella. This is a Jill showcase. Jill is really powerful, really strong, really powerful. I do want to try her as well against Mirror Container. That is the one anomaly interception that I will say right now. It's the one anomaly interception that I'm not good against at all. It's not the one I don't practice against, the one that I still don't fully understand and stuff like that because I don't do it much. I just don't. I never have a reason to do it, right? Because I always have the gears I need. But that's crazy. That's crazy. Now that's a 2 million jump. A 2 billion jump. That's a 2 billion jump. So it's obviously that she's gonna be better with Ada Wong, freaking Jill, but still, even 1.3 billion is still phenomenal, right? But let me go ahead and try another team. Now I'm gonna go against, like, I'm gonna use this team, right? Which is the basically absolute trio. But obviously because we are in the electric typing thing, I'm going to go against mobs, right? I'm gonna go against mobs just so that I guess Vesti does have use because she's good against mobs and horrible against bosses, where I guess Jill is I mean, I want to say Jill is horrible against mobs. I don't know actually, right? I have not tried it out, but it just off of common sense and me playing this game and comparing her type of kit to other characters' kits, I don't see why she would be good against mobs, right? I mean, look at she has to move, right? For that solo boss right there, that never losing HP is a different story, sure, right? I don't think you guys realize how much, but look at Jill's buffs right now. She has 20 something buffs. I don't even know. She has way too many. Look, she has way too much buffs. She's about to perform like crazy. She's about to go crazy. She's, oh my god. Wow. Yeah. Let's let Miss Vesti go, right? The thing is, there's no real mobs now. We don't have cooldown reduction either, which is obviously unfortunate with this composition. That's the only L thing about the absolute trio squad. They have no cooldown reduction, so that's why this team is just not viable unless I take out Ada Wong and I put in a cooldown reduction character. It's because they lack it big time. They just lack it so much it's insane how much they lack that cooldown reduction and how much of a difference that makes. With every second that we like, for every time we get into a full burst and we're waiting 4 seconds to actually use our burst skill, once that adds up into another full burst like rotation, we've just missed out on a full burst worth of damage. That's crazy. Like, cooldown reduction is really important in this game. I feel like the best supports in this game have to have something like that. If they don't, the only thing they have to have other than that is insane sustainability, and obviously just like buffing abilities like Crown, right? Crown has no cooldown reduction, but the compliment, she literally protects your team and makes your team godlike, right? Obviously, Little Mermaid, technically Little Mermaid I would have over Crown just because she does everything. She makes the team stronger. She has cooldown reduction. She makes your team burst faster. She herself does insane damage. The only thing that she doesn't have is sustainability, right? So it's really hard who I would say is better, Crown or Little Mermaid. I think that's where I'm still contemplating who's the better character. But I think I will give it to, like, right now I'll give it to Crown, but I am leaning more towards Little Mermaid just because Crown also needs a healer to still fully work, where Little Mermaid doesn't need nothing realistically. She has the force fire. I think that's like my opinion right now. I don't know. I want to wait till the anniversary character comes out for me to make my definitive like top 10 characters, because there's 2 anniversary pilgrims. I'm only talking as if there's 1 anniversary character. There's going to be 2 anniversary pilgrims, and most likely they're both going to be good, right? Or at least one is going to be very broken and one is just going to be very good at one certain thing, right? Like they've been doing. Like, I think Grave is very good for the Pierce team, but she's not like a top 10 character. Mihara is very good for fire bosses or just bosses in general, but she's not like a top 10 character. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, but now in this type of situation, for example, where we have all the buffs and stuff like that, Jill is obviously gonna be better than Miss Venti, not Venti, wrong game, that's Genshin. Vesti. But it is what it is. We're gonna go ahead and try against Mirror Contender before we wrap this video, but I do want to see. This is insane. I think we also broke the record with this team. I mean, yeah, it was 5 billion, 3.3 billion. 3.3 billion with this team means that we did not necessarily need this team, because we got like higher or roughly around this number with the other team, where we didn't have that additional true damage buff from like Rouge and Trina. So yeah, let's go against Mirror Container, I guess. All right, so we're going against Mirror Container. This is the team we're going in with. Literally, I don't want Trina on this team, even though I could have Trina for extra healing, right? Trina does actually help us with that to an extent, but then obviously Jill Valentine also helps us with healing as well. So, well, not everyone, but just like whoever's using their burst skill, right? But like I said, remember, I'm not that good in the Mirror Container. I couldn't get by. Yeah, we'll see. Okay, off rip is crazy. That off rip is crazy, but I knew it wasn't gonna kill. That's why I didn't do anything about it. But yeah, now Cinderella does what Cinderella does. I wonder, I feel like Jill is playing a big part in this, right? I feel like Jill is playing a big part in all of this, just because, like, let's look at her damage, right? Okay, well, she doesn't have Trina or anything, but still. There we go. Who is that going for? Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Okay, so what is her damage at now? Yeah, you see, her damage is good. I feel like her damage. What? Oh my god, that's it. We're gonna die here. It's fine. 801. We can redo that. We're gonna die here, I think. Right? Yeah, that's Ada Wong's fault. I seen her shoot that too. I'm blaming that on Ada Wong. I seen her shoot that too. I seen her shoot that rocket. We did not need that. We did not need her to shoot that rocket. I think I know what I'm gonna do though. Let's go to Miss Rouge here. This is crazy. This skin is actually insane. It's crazy to me. The drama will always, I think I'll always find that drama specifically hilarious, like, but we'll see. I know what I would do. When we get to that part, I know what we'll do. Now, like I said, I wish they kind of like the mirror container did that to either one of the DPSs because they would get healed, right? That's the only thing about Jill. She doesn't heal anybody but the DPS. So, for example, that's right there. Sure, that went for the DPSs, but whenever like Jill uses her burst skill, she's gonna get healed, right? There you go. See? Sometimes you just gotta make it work. Right, but here, for example, right, we have the shield, and then Jill is gonna heal here for free, right? But we're at stage 5 with 2 minutes left on the clock. Like, yeah, mirror container. Okay, well, I guess if you want to use mirror container team, this right here works, right? I mean, Jill is technically what, one of the strongest electric DPSs in the game. And if I was to put Trina on here, she'd be 10 times stronger, right? Not only that, we'd actually get heals. I feel like I don't remember if Trina heals everybody on the team. If she does, I'd put her on the team rather than Jill Valentine, right? To be honest, or I guess maybe I would have to take out Crown at that point, right? But here we go, right? It's just nerve-wracking because I don't have any HP for the other characters, and like Jill, for example, is dead right here. Is dead. She's gonna die. Jill is gonna die, and there's nothing I could do about it because we have no healers. That's the one thing about this game mode. If you don't have healers, like it could be problematic unless you just do the damage. But she gets healed here, so that's good. Crown, if you die, then we have no burst too. So please do not die on us. Oh, I'm so stupid. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's not okay because we have no burst too. But damn, Jill. Damn, Jill. Can we run the same thing? Can we go against this boss one more time with Trina? I want to see. If Trina heals, then I'll put her on team. If it doesn't, then there's no point. I know Trina heals her, but does she heal everybody? Because we kind of need that. Yeah, good. She does. Okay, good. We're gonna put Trina on the team as like our on-field burst 2. And then that's that. Because yeah, we need a healer. Like, Crown is great, but we need a healer. I need a healer, and Trina actually heals. Not to mention, Jill is actually healing all the DPSs. Trina's healing everybody at the very least, right? After every full burst, we get heals. That's all that matters to me, that we get heals. Who's that going for? It's going for our main DPS, but it doesn't matter because we have heals, right? We have the heals we need. And after this full burst ends, we're gonna get the heals. Jill is also gonna get healed from Ada Wong as well. So you guys see that healing right there? Yes, Sirski. What's her damage? Goddamn. And now here we go. And there's the heals. There's the heals. There's the heals. You can't do damage to us. We're healing. Yeah. And then no. Oh, let's go ahead and get rid of these. Go ahead and get rid of those. And then boom. There we go. And there we go. I feel I'm more comfortable with this team, right? Because obviously Trina, it's not like Trina is only buffing up, you know, Jill. She buffs up everybody on the team and she helps out. She has sustain a little bit. She helps out everybody on the team. She has a bit of sustain. Obviously, is it better with Crown? Yes, it is. But like I like healers. I like having my heals. I'm sorry. I like having healers. Like Subi. I like having healers. Obviously, this team is a lot weaker without Crown. Like, it goes to show how powerful Crown is as a burst 2, right? But obviously, this character is making Jill hit a lot harder, right? But it's like, is it worth it? Probably better going with Crown, I think. Right? Probably it's better going with Crown, realistically. And then that's that, right? I don't even. Could I destroy this part? I can. But who can? I don't see why. Okay, I think it's done. I don't know. We're gonna get stage 6 with this team. Like with the other team, we're already at stage 6 by now. We're already at stage 6 by now, right? But the other team just ended up dying because I wasn't like guarding or anything like that, right? If I'm just playing on auto, obviously, but if I'm like guarding and stuff like that, we could easily get to stage 7 with the other team. But does this team work? Technically, it does. It does get at least your Like nobody's died. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's died yet. At least our DPSs are not gonna die, but our supports, like Trina could only do so much. Like these characters are about to die right now. There's only so much Trina could do when it comes to healing. Genuinely, there's only so much she could do when it comes to healing. When it comes to healing like everybody else. Okay. See if I got this. I did it. Yeah, there's only so much she's healing them. Look, she's healing them, but there's only so much she can do. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, W though, like we got almost to stage 7 with this comp, which means like maybe if we built up Jill more, because Jill is not fully built, right? But if we built up Jill just a tad bit more, you could get stage 7 with this team. Maybe Ada Wong as well, or even if you replace Ada Wong with maybe Summer and Nice, you could get stage 7. And once you get to stage 7, you get all the rewards, right? The element that, yeah. Once you get stage 7, then you get all the rewards. Are you even? You're not 10, 7, 10. Okay, whatever. So yeah, but anyways, let's wrap this video up. Honestly, y'all, when it comes to Jill Valentine and this Overload Gear Showcase, I'm ecstatic. I'm ecstatic. I'm really happy. I'm never expecting a collab character to be the best in Nikke, because that would just be horrible, right? Imagine the best character in Nikke being Jill Valentine. But I'm really happy what Nikke has done with these last collabs. Literally ever since the Nier collab, because that collab was, they were good at the time. But I want to be realistic. Ever since Summer and Nice came out, they've made every single limited character somewhat viable, right? And they still continue the trend, and I love that. I love the fact that after this collab goes away, I can use Jill, right? I can use Jill, because I was using Ein before as my main electric DPS. Now I'll use Jill, right? And I love the fact that I can use Ada Wong with any true damage character or just any burst 3 as a flex burst 3 character, because she just is that type of character, right? But when it comes to Overload Gear Jill, fantastic character, one of the strongest electric DPSs in Nikke, which is very, very good and clearly can be very usable for certain content, right? Mirror Container, she could easily be a main staple for that, and then you can get like all the rewards as well if you get stage 7 minimum. So hey, you guys let me know what you think. Shout outs to Rebuke. Let me know what you guys think about Jill, if you guys enjoyed this video or not. I will have a how to build this character video, because there is a specific way you have to build her, or at least a few things you got to keep in mind when building her. But for now, it's your boy Zxous. Love all you guys. I'll see you guys next time. I'm out. Later. Peace.